Alright, so new thing we're doing here at West, and I'm really excited about it. We're going to have these deals called process days, and process days are quite simply we're going to go through a BP session, and then we're going to work the mental process of how to play baseball. Because baseball is the most mentally demanding sport that there is. Because in the batting particular part, you fail 7 out of 10 times and you're a success. So you have to understand how to work through what we perceive as failure, what we perceive as success. So real quick, process days. I want to talk about some ground rules. We're going to do this once a week. Spend half an hour just talking at you. I need you guys to listen. But while I'm talking at you, you guys are going to take some notes. You got some note sheets. You can pass these around. Okay? We're going to be taking notes. But we're also going to be doing self-work. We're going to be doing self-work. Really important. Be willing. Stop, guys. Stop. Also taping this for anybody that misses. So I want to make sure that we can hear through the tape. Be honest and willing to evaluate yourself. If you are not willing to look at yourself and your performance or lack thereof, and really be honest, then baseball's not for you. It'll crush you. It'll make you feel really poorly about yourself. So I want you to treat this as important, or more important really than any of baseball skills. Why more? Because this will translate into everything you do in life, not just baseball. Why? Pay attention to this. Why we're doing this in baseball? It's got to make you a better baseball player. That's the ultimate goal. Yeah, I want you to be good people, but if I really just care about good people, I'd make you go do like scouts or like community service all day long. I want us to play baseball too. So this translates into both. It comes right from a book you guys can all check out. It's called The Mental Game of Baseball. It's on your handout. But I would encourage you guys, if you get a chance, check it out. I know it's on Amazon. It's a great book. It's what we're going to go through. It's a baseball book first and foremost. Thanks, guys.
Remember books on Kindle?
It might be. It's on Amazon, so it might be. So the process. We're going to talk about the process. We're going to be built by the process at West. Well, what's the process? Today, it's talking about goals. We've been talking about it all 7th hour. Remind me to talk about 7th hour before we go. But we've been talking about it. We've been getting going there. So why are we talking about goals? Because what you think you can do based on your confidence is what sets your personal standard. So if you think you're able to do something, you're going to be... If you think you're going to be able to do something, you start to take the action steps necessary to go accomplish it. So it's very important that from the get-go, we have an idea of what we think we can do. So the process, we're real quick, this is what we're getting at. This is a bad goal, or what we call a goal of a loser. To be honest, I hope I don't strike out. Now look, some of you have thought that, I've thought that. That's a loser goal. Doesn't mean anything against you, it just means that these type of people tend to lose in baseball. I hope I don't strike out. A winner goal is I will throw a good low strike. I will throw a good low strike. That's a winner goal. So let's figure out what makes one a loser goal, what makes one a winner goal. First of all, you must evaluate your performance to determine whether or not you're making progress on your goal. You all have a goal to make the varsity baseball team. You might even have a bigger goal, to bat 300. Let's just use the example of batting 300. I need to evaluate my daily performance to determine whether I'm making progress. If I'm playing games every day, I can just take a look at my batting average. That's one way to evaluate it. I can look at the scorecards. When we're practicing, I can think about what I did in practice. Did I have a hole in my swing? I'm controlling my swing right now. In practice, am I seeing live BP? When I'm seeing live pitches, maybe I'm standing in for a pitcher throwing a pen. Am I identifying fastball, strike, swing? Curveball in the dirt, layoff. Am I doing that? Am I going through that process? You can honestly say, yeah, I am. No, during BP today, I didn't pay attention. I just swang out of my heels. Tried to hit the ball as hard as I did. That didn't do me any good. You got to write in your baseball book daily. You have to do it daily to evaluate where you're at. So that's why you have a baseball book. These are fundamentals of what we do. It just has to be something that you can write in and probably keep papers in, because I'm going to give you these papers every single day. Or a paper. Your goals have to be adjustable. Okay, so great example. I want to bat 300. Maybe I've never played baseball before in my life. It's not a realistic goal. And I'm going to frustrate myself by batting 0.00001 maybe for the season, right? I might get a hit. If I'm lucky and stick the bat out and it bounces somehow and I run and I might get a hit. But realistically, I need to think about, well, I need to learn how to swing. So then what's my adjusted goal? Learn how to swing. Right? That's my goal. I want to have good mechanics. Then I adjust that down even more. I want to make sure that my front side stays closed longer, and I stride to center. We're going to talk about all that tomorrow. You're going to get all that language. But unattainable goals create pressure because they can make even good progress and satisfaction. I'm so glad Hawkins here for that slide. Hawkins could be 3 for 4 and have a bad day. All right?
Especially when you pass 750.
There you go. There you go. Hawkins back. So I'm picking on Hawkins. I love Hawkins back. Hawkins has to be. He's been a guy in the past that has to bat 1,000 or per 4. I love it. I love the intensity. I love the intensity. But unfortunately, what that ends up doing is it makes him angry. And Hawkins knows it. Makes him angry because he can't bat 4 for 4. You can't. It's such an unrealistic goal for yourself. Set realistic goals, okay, and say this is what I'm going to get done, and then adjust them if it's not realistic based on the current situation. You have to be able to do that. Be ready to revise goals so your courage is rewarded. So rather than go 4 for 4, I want to have a good swing each at bat. I want a quality swing, or I don't want to swing at balls. Or no, I want to say that I will swing only at good pitches. I will swing only at good pitches. Would be an example of a goal to start. So, there's 2 types of goals we just went over. A process goal and a result goal. Here's a result goal. I will have 4,192 hits in my career. Does anybody know who had 4,191 hits in their career? Anybody? 4,000, Tykov, 4,191 hits in his career. He was the hit leader in Major League Baseball for, gosh, 50, 60 years or something. So Pete Rose says, my result goal is hit 4,192 hits in my career. I want to break Ty Cobb's hitting record. Do you think just saying that I'm going to break Ty Cobb's hitting record helped Pete Rose break Ty Cobb's hitting record?
No.
Just saying, just looking at, hey, I will break this record. Does that teach him anything about the swing? No. He had a real simple thing. He said, see the ball, hit the ball. Every single at bat. Pete Rose would get up, see the ball, hit the ball. So see the ball, hit the ball, boom. That's 4,192nd hit right there. Pete Rose. He breaks the record. It took him 1 hit at a time, and he just simply told himself, see the ball, hit the ball. I love this photo too, because you see his eyes are down, and his head's down, and he's finishing his swing. Right? What a great photo for that statement. And that's what we need to start working through. What makes this goal so great? This action goal. Okay? Action goals confine your thoughts. So if you have a goal that's to be a varsity baseball player, I'm going to be a varsity baseball player. Is that completely something you can control? No. Coach Davis makes that determination. I want to play third base, shortstop. I want to play shortstops. That's something I can control. No. Coach Davis makes. I can throw to chest. I can field the ball properly over my field eye. I can learn all the EDDs. I can do EDDs over for half an hour. Screw 5 minutes. I'm going to do it for half an hour. I can do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the action goals can define your thoughts. I'm going to start thinking, oh, I threw that ball away. Coach Davis doesn't want me to be the shortstop. That instantly goes into your mind. Versus an action goal. Catch ball, throw to chest. Okay? That's an action goal. Throw the ball to the chest. So I'm thinking about throwing the ball to the chest over and over and over and over and over and over. That's all I'm filling my brain with. Okay? And that's your particular goal. Action goals direct your focus. For my example, it's all about if my focus is on Coach Davis or making a team, then I'm taking it off of throwing the ball to the chest. Action goal. Leave no room for distractions that interfere with top performance. Coach Davis might be over there. I'm standing over there. I get a text message and it's like, Mr. Stone's telling me I have to do something, and you're over there and you hit a home run in practice, and I look up and I miss it. You can't control that. Did you see the ball and hit the ball? Yeah, that's a success. Okay? But if you don't have that goal, if your goal is to make the team and impress coach, well, gosh darn it, coach didn't even see that one. That's a fail of a goal because it's something I can't control. So we need to make sure there's no room for distractions. Throw the ball to chest. There's no very limited room for distractions. Short of someone like out there tackling you on the field. Very short room of distractions. Action goals help give you control over what you can control. You can't control Coach Davis. You can't control the pitcher. You can't control the sun or the umpire or any of the other things that happen in baseball that tend to be excuses. We're going to talk about excuses, dirty words. Success is focused on your own specific approaches then, not on stats, victories, or losses. I saw the ball and hit the ball. It just happened to go right into somebody's glove. That was just lucky standing in the way of a line drive. My goal was to swing only at good pitches. That pitch bounced 10 feet in front of the plate, and the umpire called it a strike. But I still was successful in my goal. Okay, you have to think about your goals as being successes and failures in and of themselves. And there's really no failed goal if you're willing to reevaluate it and ask, is it realistic, and how am I not achieving it? If that was the deal. So we have to focus on the language. You all talk to yourself. Okay, do you talk to yourself ever playing baseball or basketball? Yeah, so you got to think about focus on the language you tell yourself. Always positive over negative. We're going to talk about why. Relaxation over anxiety. We're going to talk about why. And we're going to talk about how you talk to yourself determines how you think. How you think determines how you play. If you talk negative or have anxiety, you're going to play with negativity and anxiety. So let's talk about the positive over negative. The word I don't doesn't get through the body. There's no picture for the word I don't. If I say miss a ball, or boot a ball, or have an error, you can have a picture. There's a picture literally right there. If I Googled image search, I don't, I'll get maybe a red sign or something like that. It doesn't translate into action. Whereas booting a ball is an action. So if I say I don't want to boot this ball, what does the body hear? Boot the ball. That's all it hears, right? So we have to avoid using I can't language. Because the body can't see those negatives. All it sees is the action. So when you're visualizing, instead of saying, I'll boot this ball, you have to tell yourself what you're going to do. I will field this ball over my glove side high and throw it to chest. Okay? That's all you got to do. Now, you're not going to succeed every time. There's going to be reasons why you succeed and fail. You have to understand those reasons. And be man enough to accept those reasons. Okay? Well, I wasn't focused. Something took my focus off. The ball had a funny spin on it, but gosh darn it, I didn't have the focus I needed. So it's on me. Have that responsibility. So that's the man shoes right there. So we got to focus on our words. Another thing is defeating self-doubt. Maybe I'm just not good enough. That comes when you don't have a goal and you haven't adequately set it, and you haven't really broken down why you didn't accomplish a goal. Pitchers all the time, right? Maybe I'm just not good enough to be a pitcher. Okay, I keep throwing the ball, all right, and I keep, walking people. Well, why do I keep walking? Every time I come up as a pitcher, I'm going, don't throw the ball high, don't throw the ball high, don't throw the ball high, don't throw the ball high. Where does the ball go? High, of course, right? Versus throw a good low strike, finish out in front. Throw a good low strike, finish out in front. Throw a good low strike, boom, finish out in front. Bring the ball down. So I've given myself some coaching. Coaches have told me some things to say. I'm actually working through this. I'm thinking about. And now you go, well, why do I keep throwing the ball high? There's a reason why you keep throwing the ball high. You're finishing way up here. You're not really finishing through. Okay? You're not focused. You've just been rattled. And that's where you can get back to your goal. Come back to your action goal. Good, throw good low strikes. Throw good low strikes. Avoid words like I hope. I hope generally means I don't believe I can. Man, I hope I can get this batter out. He's tough. That means it means you don't really believe deep down inside you can. So when you have goals, I hope I can do that. Don't get rid of the I hopes. I will do this thing that I can control. Should the batter go make a good hit on a low strike? Awesome, good for him. He did well. That's just what happens. Avoid I gotta win. I gotta or I need to. Man, I need to throw this ball. I need to play short. I need to do these things. It instantly means that if you don't, you're a failure in your own brain. So avoid I gotta. It's I will throw the ball to the chest. When you don't throw the ball to somebody's chest, okay, and you miss, now you can go back and go, why did I not throw that ball to the chest? And you can think through those reasons, fix it in your brain, throw the ball to the chest, throw the ball to the chest, versus I gotta throw the ball to the chest. Because once you miss that ball to the chest, that's your goal kind of ends in a way. You've lost, okay, that goal. Okay, take a risk. That's just kind of something in there. Winners take risks because they understand that everyone occasionally meets with failure. Look, baseball is a creative game. I'm not going to take away guys' creativity. There's ways to do it. There's right ways to do most situations. But then there's just make plays. Go out and make something happen. This is a picture of Jacoby Ellsbury stealing a home against the Yankees. I'm not telling any of you to steal home. I know a few of you guys in this room will. A few of you guys will try that. Okay? But you know what? Jacoby Ellsbury had a lefty pitcher. It was Andy Pettit. So he knew his back was turned to him. All right? he had a lefty batter too, which is weird, because that usually the catcher should have seen, but he didn't. And Jacoby Ellsbury knew that he was getting an abnormally large lead from Pettit, and he was able to take the base. He took the risk, but it paid off. And sometimes they don't, but they understand. Winners understand that sometimes your risks don't always pay off. Now, if you make the same risk 10 times in a row, and it fails 10 times in a row, now you're just being, well, I guess for lack of a better word, dumb. So self-doubt. I'm not good enough, and that's why I failed. We get rid of that. We find out why you didn't achieve a goal. And if the goal is unachievable, you change it. Self-preservation. How many guys, now it's going to get real, right? Now it's about to get real. I won't try hard or set realistic goals because I'm afraid to fail. How many of you guys know somebody out there, like a player you played with, or you've done it? I know I've done it. I know I've done this. I'm playing, basketball is a great example. I'm a horrible basketball player. So sometimes I get a ball and I shoot, and it's like way off. I mean, it's like way off. And I was like, oh, that's why I'm a football coach. And I kind of like mumble, and then deep down inside, I'm like, man, I suck. All right? So you all have to think about people that don't try hard or goof around. And because they don't try hard and they goof around, what they end up doing, ironically, is they create the failure they didn't want to feel. Right? So they're like, I'm going to goof around so that I don't have to own this failure. But by doing that, I'm going to fail. Of course I'm going to fail. So when you play catch, it's a great one. A lot of times we play catch just kind of half speed. If I'm playing catch, and I'm playing catch like I mean it all the time, I can deal with the every now and then failures. Versus just absolutely cementing failure. If I'm like, I'm playing catch, I don't care. Okay? So you got to think about that. Self-preservation, excuses. Excuses, things happen. Things happen that you cannot control. It doesn't change your goal. Throw the ball to chest. I get a ball, it went through a pile of goose, crap. It's all of a sudden it's like squishy and gross. And I throw it, it slips out of my hand. I can make one of two decisions at that point. It was full of goose junk. I can't throw a ball like it. It slipped out, of course it did. Or you go, okay, that ball was full of goose junk. That was pretty gross. My goal is to throw to chest. That might have been part of what kept me from, but now I need to adjust. Here's a better example of that. My goal is to hit, get a hit today. That's not another great goal, by the way. But my goal is to get a hit. And now I get up there, and an umpire calls a ball a strike. Suddenly, my whole day is ruined. Okay? Because I was able to deal with that. So now I start making excuses. Well, the umpire is horrible. Now, I'm only down 0-1, and I'm already thinking to myself, this ump sucks. Versus see ball, hit ball. Okay? So that's a big deal about excuses. Stuff happens. I can't control it. People die and people get sick. It's part of life. Those are the rough things. At the end of the day, we're playing baseball, having fun. So go out there and have fun with it. Don't make excuses. When bad stuff happens, roll with it and go. Roll with it and go. And know that it doesn't necessarily even affect your goal. Because how often is goose poo going to be on your baseball? Hopefully not a lot. Probably the most important part of all this. You all have already set goals. A lack of focus on a goal, fielding. Field off glove side eye. Right, left field, right, left throw. Batting. Okay? I want to see ball, hit ball. I want to keep my weight back. I'm going to push to center. Keep my front shoulder closed. Okay? It's a goal. I want to keep my front shoulder closed in it. Front shoulder closed. Front shoulder closed. Those two goals for fielding and batting, throw to chest. Throw to chest. If you haven't done that already, and started finding your goals for all phases of the game, your mind's creating, don't swing and miss. Just don't swing and miss. Whatever you do, don't swing and miss. Your mind does that to you. The mind creates your own goals. And those are, you don't know where those are going to go. Oftentimes those are in response to some survival mechanism we have inside of ourselves. That say, just whatever we do, I'm going to preserve myself. So just don't mess up. Don't mess. Versus, see the ball, hit the ball. Okay? So that anxiety builds up when you start saying, I got to do this. I got to do this. Just work on your own specific goals. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back down to the gym, and we're going to write these goals down there with everybody in the gym. They haven't done theirs yet. Here's some things about your goals. Okay, first of all, I want you to have result goals but I could care less about them right now. They are for you. Result goals are for you. I want to be a Major League Baseball player. Result goal for you. Don't care much about that right now. I want to know how you're going to get there. I want to know the action steps you're going to put yourself through the daily grind of baseball. You guys have played a little baseball now. Some of you growing up playing the sport. You guys have gone through this. What goals, action goals, do you need? That's what you need to start looking at right now. What action goals do you need? Most of us could probably have the action goal of throw to chest for the next few weeks. I'm going to guess. Just judging by some of the throw rounds, we're getting better. But some of us throw to chest. All I care about when I show up to baseball and there's a ball in my hand, throw it to somebody's chest. Don't throw it above their head. Don't throw it at their feet. Throw the ball to their chest. If you do that, and everybody buys into that, we're going to be money. We're solid. One pitch at a time, guys. One pitch at a time. That's all we can do is control that one pitch at a time. Yep, the sun was in my eyes. That last pitch. Next time I'm gonna get the hand up to shield the sun out of my eyes. Okay? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go make the notes downstairs. And we're gonna then dismiss you guys. Alright, we're gonna go 3. 1, 2, 3.